Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, huge massive thank you for the support. So coming back again with part of the Christmas blockbuster, which is the White Christmas collection. And today I thought I'd come in with this A Joyful Home. So it's got these beautiful pinks and purples running for it, the pink poinsettia, which were really trendy last year. I did see, where did I go? I went somewhere with my sister. I got a feeling it was down to Oxford, and one of the garden centres around there, and they had these beautiful pink poinsettias in, and I was like, oh, wish I could have bought one of them because they were really expensive though. But that's what we're going to be playing with today. So let's pop that to the side, and I'm going to be using a 6x8 card blank. You can get them from Hunkydory. This is one that I've cut down out of A3, just purely because I found somewhere that does the envelopes, and I had a load of A3 cardstock from when I used to do it that way. Okay, so let's start with some silver mirror card. I'm just gonna drag it out from the bottom of this pile here. So this needs to be 2 notches under the 6, and if you cut it this way, so cut it landscape, and you'll get 2 pieces out of it. So 2 notches under the 6 and 2 notches under the 8. I'm just going to check that fits quite nicely. Turn it around that way so the card is slightly longer on one side, just the way it's been scored. And then I'm going to use, I don't know whether I want to use the printed or the foiled. Let me just drag them both out. Yeah, I'm going to go with the foiled on this one. I want to make it kind of quite a special card, because I am going to be doing some bits and pieces to it. So this needs to be 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. I'm just going to take the tip off here. It's just a little bit bashed on the corner. I always find my postman's just a little bit rough with the parcels. So 7 3/4. And then that should fit quite nicely onto that silver mat that we did. There we go. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of snowfall acetate, and this time I am going to have to cut it on the landscape, and I want that to be 8 and 8. And we'll go to 8.5 minus 1 notch, because I need to put a tab on there. And then this way I'm going to go to just a hair under 6 inches, because I really want it to go the full way across my card. So let's just check. Yeah, that should be fine. And that should be all of the cutting out. So let's put that to the side. I'm going to bring in my board and the score tool, and I'm just going to score. I did that at 1/2 inch. See, look, my memory is so bad today. I'm sure I did that at 1/2 inch more than I needed it to, but let me just double check that. Yes, I did. So I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Oops. And then I'm just going to give that a burnish down. Just checking I've got it on the right side, and I have. Okay. Right. So if I bring in my card blank and I bring in the pieces that I've already cut. I'm going to bring in a little bit of red liner tape, and I am going to pop this onto this back side of the acetate. Got the super thin one here, and this is a different roll to my usual one. I did find this one, so it's got less on it, so I was using that up first. Okay, so I'm going to be brave, take all of the tape off. Just make sure I've got that opening the right way. And this is going to go just straight along the top. Okay, and I can open that up and give that a good press down. Okay, so the glues I'm going to be using as usual. In this one I've got the Kalau all-purpose, and in this one I've got the Kalau tacky glue. I'm just going to go with my all-purpose on this one because I do believe it sticks to the acetate anyway, but there's only just that little lip at the top, so we can always come in later with some other glue if it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it will do. Let's pop that on there, nice and straight. Okay, and then this piece, I want that at the bottom. So again, all purpose, and this time I'm coming in with my tacky glue on these corners, and then that is going down. And then obviously if you want to put ribbon on, I would put these layers together and then do that ribbon first of all. That's going to be like so. Now this acetate, what I wanted it to be is going to be just an extra layer, so I'm not sticking anything to it. It's just going to give us that sort of feeling that it's snowy outside. That's my feeling on it. So it's just like a cover sheet, so I literally am not sticking anything to it at all, unless I decide to put the sentiment on, which I don't think I'm going to at the moment. And I think I'm going to go with the, so I've got couple of sentiments. I've got Noel, Home Sweet Home, Christmas Wishes, or May the Festive Season Fill Your Home with Joy. So I think I'm going to go with May the Festive Season Fill Your Home with Joy. That's the one I like. And I'm not going to use all of these layers. And let's try and get this one out. This one's quite well pipped in. There we go. And then we're going to have that coming down there. Then we want some foam pads. These are 1mm ones. These are still the Sticks 2 ones. So I've still got quite a few of those left. So working through them. Tacky glue, just give us a little bit of wiggle room time, just in case we want to, oops, move it. And then we're just going to pop that in there. And then I can do the same, if I can pick it up, with this border. And it's a nice chunky one, so I don't even have to worry about cutting these pads down. So I'm just going to give it a nice amount of support on them. This frame. And it's hot as anything. I mean, I'm doing this a little earlier than I would do, just because I know it's going to be, if it's anything like yesterday, it's going to be too hot to bear in here with the lights on and everything. So I thought I'll come in and get that done. I can see a couple of those pads, so I'll just nip those off. So just where I can see my pads poking out. Let's use my knife on that one, I think that's going to be easier. Yeah, so yeah, I thought I'll get this video done early. And it'll still probably go up at the normal time by the time I've edited it, but I can take that in the other room and sit in front of a fan and do that. Oops. But it's yeah, it's very hot here. I think we're supposed to have sun for the whole week, which has mixed blessings, I suppose. The solar energy, because there's the solar panels on the roof, so means that the electricity is free, but which means my sister likes to do a lot of washing. Just top that corner in. And it will, of course, it all dries, so now's the time to do all of those things. So I didn't put any tacky glue on, but it worked out well, so I'm not going to complain. Yeah, so it works out well. So put Henry's pool out yesterday. Was straight in it. I didn't do it last year because he'd hurt his leg, and I didn't want him to slip and oops. I didn't want him to slip and sort of make it worse. But this year it is out with all of his little balls in it. And then this one I'm just going to come along and pop that back down, and that is going to be our finished card. Let me just go over that with my bone folder. There we go. So I just want to lay nice and flat. So like I say, I'm just using it as a floating panel, really. You can stick things to it if you prefer. I suppose really it wouldn't be, if you're doing a card like this, it wouldn't really be an issue with seeing things behind it, because, you know, really people shouldn't be lifting it up. It should be just like that on a shelf. But it's up to you. If you wanted to put them on the outside, you certainly could. But that's that first card. Oh, actually, one other thing, most important thing, is going to be some gems. So let's grab some gems. We want some sort of pinky fuchsia ones. Let's see what I have. Sorry, you're going to hear me in my little box here. Or we could go with silver. No, I think I'll go with these pink ones. I always feel like something's missing if there's no gems on a card. Right, let's just stay there a minute. Right. So let's go with 1, 2, 3. I love these gems because they really sparkle when in a certain light. And then I'm going to put 1 in each of these corners. That's going to be my 5. I think matting and layering could have been a little better on this. Could have been a bit over to the left, but it's fine. There we go. So now that's finished. Now I won't squash that back down because it might move those gems. But that is that finished card, the sort of house with the snowfall over it. So that's the first one. So I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, I wanted to use some of these smaller toppers up. So I thought I would do like an off-center easel card. No, not an off-center easel card, an off-center gatefold card. Just because they seem to, if you've got a really nice cardstock, they really do suit that sort of style. So I've got a piece of 6x12 300 GSM white card, and I'm going to score at 4 and turn that round and score at 2. And that's just purely because I've got that smaller board. And actually I'm going to turn it around and do it that way, slightly whiter on this side. I'm going to burnish this. Now I've already cut the insert at 5 3/4 inches, just purely because I had to do it on the guillotine. They just cut better on the guillotine. And I think what I'm going to use, instead of using silver, I'm going to come in with the holographic that I love, silver holographic. So I need to do a piece for the inside first of all. So I'm going to take 2 notches off that. Put that round and down. And that should fit quite nicely in there without hitting any of the creases. And then that's the part of the insert that I've chosen, the one with the house picture, because I'm using the smaller toppers. I thought that's going to make more of a focus on the inside. And then if I just get rid of those, so this little piece here, we need to be, we're doing mats for 2x6, so I'm going to go 2 notches under the 2 and 2 notches under the 6, and then again with this one, it's going to be 4x6, so I'm taking 2 notches off the 4 and 2 notches off the 6. Okay, and that piece will fit onto there quite nicely, and that should fit onto there quite nicely, and it does. Then we need that little piece of cardstock that I cut off from last time, which I have put safe. Yes, it's up there. Oops. And I want to take some of this corner off, because if I put that on like that, it's going to take up all of that space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think, about an inch, yeah, about an inch off. And that could be a border or you know, something else. So we're definitely not going to not use it, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to turn that round and cut that to 5 3/4, because we know that's going to be the length on those pieces. Again, we've got a nice border piece of cardstock there. And then if I turn this around, I need a piece that's 1 3/4. So 1 3/4 by 5 3/4. Should fit quite nicely onto there. And then I need this one to be 3 3/4. And this means we're just going to have that beautiful corner on this side as well. It's not going to carry on over. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm relying on this cardstock to give me the impact on the card. Because I'm not putting a big topper on there. I'm just putting these little decorative toppers on. And I'm using them as a focal point, but this is going to give me the drama of a sort of big card, so that's why I'm doing it that way. And that's the beauty about Hunkydory cardstock, really, with the foiled ones. You know, if you've got that border on there, you can rely on it to give your card, any card, the drama, whether you're doing a huge 8x8 and you're putting pretty much the whole thing on, or you're just taking sections of it. And I think that's why I love Hunkydory cardstock so much, because you get so many opportunities within it, within each little set, to make the most of that cardstock. This is paper, so I'm not going to use my tacky glue on it because it is paper, and tacky glue has got a water content, so it may make your paper sort of rock up, you know, bubble up. So I'm putting the all-purpose on. The all-purpose is an alcohol content, so it doesn't dry the same way. And then I'm just using the dotty tape pen. I've got a Crafter's Companion one. I know Hunkydory have got their own now, so obviously when I need to stock up again, I can go for theirs. But it just means I still get that wiggle room time with that all-purpose glue. And when I press it down and warm up those corners, those glue dots are going to stick that down. It's not going to move. I can move on to the next part of my card without worrying that when I come back, that inside is going to be all askew. Okay, now just remember, if you're doing copying this cardstock has got a right and a wrong way depending on where you put this. Obviously, if I wanted to put it that way, then I would have to make sure that these kind of scallops are pointing down. I'm not. I'm going to put it in that top corner, so I want those scallops pointing up. And that's more a note to myself, because I honestly, I'll start with thinking about one thing, and then obviously next thing it's all upside down and I'm annoyed with myself. But hey ho, that's me crafting. I bet you're all, you know, I bet some of you are the same as well. Get annoyed with yourself when you've done it not quite how you want it to. So again, just going matting and layering with these layers that we've cut. And I love an off-centre gatefold. That's why I do quite a few of them. I think they're perfect for these little toppers, especially if you've got the insert. And the other thing I did forget to say about the insert, just make sure you've given that a good press down so that this doesn't dry in any sort of hard lump, because then it's just going to be hard to write on for whoever, you know, whenever you're writing it, or whoever you're sending it to, selling it to rather, write on it, wants to write on it, and they'll find it difficult. So just give it a good press down, make sure that glue is all smushed out. And it just means you get the best, you know, you're going to get the best adhesion, I suppose is the word, you know, that there's going to be glue everywhere and everything is going to stick where you want it to. There we go. So again, just press down. And there's no reason why you couldn't come in with an embossing folder if you wanted to emboss maybe this side or the other side, you know. It's there's still things you can do to this cardstock. That's another reason why I love Hunkydory as well. Here we go. So you can see we've got that card. It's got a bit of drama to it, as it, you know, before we even start. So let's pop out. Well, we'll have to. I think we'll have the house, because we have got the house on that inside. I'm going to take this one as well, so I'm not going to be tight with them. I am going to give them two toppers, and then do I want to go with a Noel? Or we could go with two on there. So let's just see how this looks. I think this is going to be a little big for my little panel. You know, I don't like that. I'm thinking I want those on there. One on each side. I don't think. I'm either going to go with the Home Sweet Home or the Christmas Wishes. So let's see how does that figure in. And obviously we've got gems and things as well, so let's try the Christmas Wishes. So again, I'm just gonna put that one, gems. Sorry about this, guys. No, I think I'm going to go with the Christmas wishes. I'm just going to have that in the corner. We'll save those for our other cards. So, you know, we're going to get two definitely nice and big cards out of that. So definitely 6 by 6, because you've got the, well, I've got the whole piece of this one. That's got the image on, so that's pretty much a card in itself. Some glitter on that, job done. And then you've got that other huge topper for the other side. Okay, so let's just pop that down. So I'm just putting, these are quite helpfully got a point, so I'm just putting the points on the fold of my card. And this one, I'm going to go on that side. And then this one, I'm going to go on the other side. So I'll just get 2 of these off ready. Line up those points. And there, and then obviously for that one, I'm going to need to cut that off. Put that one down. Okay. I mean, you can come in with your glitters on this border as well. You know, there's so much you can do with it. So let's just pop those backs off. I kind of want to line these up. Around. So put them about. Bring that down out of that border. That one's on there. Just make sure it's nice and straight. Looks like it's on the one, but it's not. Again, some tacky glue. And this one again. Lining that up with a fold of my card. And that's going to help keep that card shut as well. And then this one is going to go onto here. Oh, my finger's not working today. I'll put that down there. Again, I'm coming in with these pink gems. I might actually pop some glitter on this one as well, like I was just saying you can do. Okay, so I'm going to pop 1, 2, into there. And again, I'm going for these little sparkly ones. And I think I'm going to pop one down here. And I think I might go with one in each corner as well. Like so. I'm going to keep them all the same size on this one. There we go, and like I say, these have got a real sparkle to them, these gems. They look more like glass gems, you know. So that is where we are up to at the moment. Now I have got a piece of paper here, so let's bring that in. Oops, let's not move that gem about. And really you should wait until it dries, because we do stand a chance of just getting a bit of glitter onto there. But just going to go around just outside of some of these petals, and not even right to the end either, just pop in a few little lines in. You could, if you didn't want to do that, if you could just glitter the centres of them. You know, hundreds of ways that you can do this. There we go. Oh, we've got that little one there, so I just do a little bit there. And then I'm using the Deco Art Glamour Dust, just my favourite glitter, because it's really fine, it's really iridescent. Okay, and then normally what I would do is, once that's dried, the glue on the glitter, I can use a fine brush to brush away any stray particles. Oops, I'll pick that up in a minute. Hopefully not before I spill it. Told you my hands are like butterfingers. Right, okay, so that is that finished card. Okay, so like I said, it's not taken much, just 2 little toppers and a sentiment. We're letting all the cardstock do the work, and then you've got that house on the inside, and it's an insert so they can write on it. And then if I bring this one back in, give that a fold down, and then obviously we've got this one as well, so that is with the acetate, using it just as a cover, just to give us that little bit of snowfall idea. So I can see that's making my gem move, so luckily it's not moved quite as much. Yeah. So that, I'm sorry, the late matting on that one is quite off, so that's annoying me. I'm not going to look at it even more. But that's it for today. So I'm coming back again with this kit next time, because I am really enjoying working my way through it. And then once I've done, I'll probably do about another 2, I think, with this kit, and then maybe move on to the next one. We'll see how we are going. But until next time, don't get too hot out there. Be careful. Make sure you've got some sunscreen on if you're out in the sun worshipping. But until next time, happy crafting. Bye.